Slaptail Squad, assemble.
Hey there, Slaptail Nation. It's the Beaveman, and it's my show, as I was just telling the Swan. This is my show, and I will be introducing everyone because it's my show. Yes, the squad shares it with me, and yes, I do it for the Slaptail Nation and for myself, but mostly I do it for myself. There's so little joy sometimes in life, but you got to find joy where you can, and this is where my joy lies. Torturing my number two, who is the Ronz.
Hey, Beaveman. I don't think you. I think you have more joys than you think. You're a joyous person.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what lots of people say about me.
There's that dead
I find
silence.
that is the biggest descriptor. That is the biggest descriptor when people talk about me. They say, you know what? The Beefman is a joyous person.
Well, why wouldn't you be? I mean, you're obviously, you've got a healthy family in this pandemic times. You're overwhelming with sarcasm, which our fan base loves. You are you.
Joyous.
Joyous.
Sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns. Joyous.
Shoot right out of my ass. Also with us today
Hello.
is the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan. Keeping it real and original.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And also with us, the ever stylish, well manicured, buff as hell, Tromondae.
The one and the only. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
Ooh.
We love you, Tromondae.
So,
Love
Tremonda,
y'all
have you
as
been
well.
working out to warrant the buff call?
I was born buff.
Ooh. Buff
And then-
chocolate.
And then what happened?
Oh,
poor Tremondae.
Oh, geez.
That was a good one.
Sorry, Tromondae. You've been buff like the majority of the time that I've known you.
Yes.
Svelte. Very svelte.
Ronz, let me tell you how buff Tromondae used to be.
How buff was Tremonda?
Tromondae was so buff that we were doing the Tough Mudder and his legs were bothering him. And he used my elbow splint, my elbow strap, for his knee.
All
Imagine
right.
that.
He was long and lean.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Tremondae, where were you on that one?
I was laughing at the B-Man still.
Gotcha. Anyways.
Anyway, Dale, this is my show with the number two, the Ronz, Karate Master.
No,
And,
no.
But I'm not leading this show, so I'm just going to sit back, and the Tremondae and the Swan are going to take the lead on this one as I sit here and ponder that which is known and that which is not known in my quest to become a master of nothingness. Contemplate that.
Ooh.
Clear your
question.
mind.
Question. If you are a master of nothing, are you a master of something then?
I said a master of nothingness. All
That would make
Yeah,
you...
but- That would still be something. I mean, Ron's.
To
I'm gonna take
act.
Ron's side on that one a little bit. A little bit.
To be able to
Hey.
empty my mind and to act without thinking, to master nothingness, that which is nothing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But what is actually nothing?
The
Again,
absence of
this is
something.
not your time, Ron.
Philosophical.
Of
Ron's,
course.
what is that called in karate terms?
What, the absence of nothing?
Yeah, like the
Jeez.
clear your mind thing.
Absence of
the-
nothing?
Honestly, I can't remember because there are several different ways of looking at that. Meditation is one.
No, there's
Mushin?
a Japanese term for it that we had to learn. I don't remember it. I was just trying to see if you did, since you're a black belt and all.
Yeah, I used to
Isn't it
remember
like
it.
Mushin?
Mushin. Yes, no,
Yes,
that's
it
it. Yeah,
is.
Mushin.
Sadly,
Yeah, Mushin.
the beef man got it, Ron's. That was a
Well,
question for you.
Well, he's got a second-degree black belt in another Japanese style, same terminology, right?
Correct.
In some aspects, yeah.
I mean, but how many push-ups have you had to do because you didn't know body parts? So you should know.
Yeah. That's not a body part, though. That's a state of mind.
Same concept.
I might not even be
Still
right.
vocabulary. What?
Yeah. Okay.
I think
might
you're
not
right.
even be right.
I think
Right.
you're right.
Well, you're right.
Anyways.
You know what? I would remember it in the moment, but right now I didn't. So you got me. That's one. B-Man, you're looking kind of clean shaven there too, right?
No, he's not.
From my end, I mean, he looks pretty clean shaven.
He's rocking the 5 o'clock shadow look.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right. Yeah, you often don't get to see him like that, I guess.
So Tromondae, do you wanna, since me and Tromondae are in charge now, shut up, Ronz. You wanna talk about what we want to talk about tonight and maybe lead into it a little?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we feel that it is important for you to know who's sitting on the other side of these mics. And we're going to ask some of the questions that you probably have always wanted to ask the Beaveman and the Ronz. So, we are going to ask random questions in no particular order. We will go back and forth. Each of you will have an opportunity to answer the question.
Wait a minute. This sounds a lot like the political debate we did.
It's not a debate, though. These are straightforward. We want raw, true, honest answers, no bullshitting. Whatever comes to your brain first. We have rules for this.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. You must answer the questions that are asked. Like, there's no ronzing around it with not recently when asked if he drank breast milk, which come to find out he never did, but he not recently didn't. So we want direct, real answers. We want to know the real Ronz because
the real Ronz.
The real Ronz, yeah. And we want non-evasive answers, like clear cut, true, whatever, raw and organic Ronz. Wasn't that your word for a while?
Raw and organic, okay.
Raw and organic, true. I know, right? Yeah. So anyway, we're just want to find out how much we really know about the Beaveman and the Ronz. And the only other rule we have is that unless specifically directed, the Ronz is always to answer first. We want to give you the fair, honest answer. We want Ronz first.
I don't mind if the Beaveman answers, but okay.
Nope, you're first. Right. All questions are directed towards the Ronz first. Beaveman can interrupt if he needs to, or you can interrupt him as well. So, first question, Tromondae?
Here we go. So, being that we have just come out of our political presidential getting sworn in, who is someone that is not a political figure that you will want to see as president one day?
Oh, that is an interesting question. And I honestly don't know. I mean, I have a lot of people who I think should be political.
Okay, so then tell us. That's what we want to know.
Yeah, but you're making me think about this answer, and this is one of those questions. Like, do I think the Beaveman would be a good politician? Right? Maybe. Right?
No.
No. Right? Do I think Tromondae would be one? Right? Given his background for counseling, I think a more sympathetic nation for healing time would be great. I think he'd make a great one. I think my wife would be a great political leader too. She's a great person. She can handle conflict, right? Do I think the Swan would be that? No, because she would just say, I invented the color blue. We all went down that narcissistic road with somebody. So, no. I really I didn't really think about this. But, if I had to really choose off the cuff, I would say one of the guys I work out with, he's been two of the people I work out with at the dojo come to mind. Right? Maybe three. Right? The Beaveman, of course, would be right up there. I will only use initials TB as one and MM as the other because they're really good at working out conflict with situations. All right. And the Beaveman says,
the Beaveman, wake up.
I can see up his nose. I like
Same
that.
Question.
Well, as soon as you asked the question, for some reason, the Ronz's mind does not think of answers immediately. I mean, you're supposed to go with your gut. So as soon as somebody asks me a question, I have an answer. unless I absolutely don't know. This is an opinion question. So you asked a question. I immediately had an answer. Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Okay. Why? Because he's
Because
Magnum
by
PI.
God, the man can still rock the mustache and facial hair. He's tall. He's got a good character. He has a deep, beautiful voice. He was Magnum PI, by God. And this country, its elderly population, and dare say at my age and older, and maybe a few that are slightly younger than me, all still love him. So, and I feel like he would scare the shit out of somebody like Putin because he's a big, manly man, and he's just gosh darn handsome and has an awesome chin.
So you have a
Don't
man
think about
crush
it,
on Tom
Ronz.
Selleck.
Well, think about it, Ronz. Just answer the fucking question. Here's to
Okay.
you, Tom Selleck.
You know what, then?
Magnum PI forever.
You want an answer off the cuff? Weird Al. Weird Al.
Eh,
Your time.
Okay.
No,
Your
that's
time's
fine.
over, Ron.
Okay, my time's
think
over.
about it for
Okay.
next time.
I will.
I mean, Magnum PI, I do rocking a Hawaiian shirt as the president. That'd be pretty darn sweet. Yep.
He looks good in a suit, too. No tie.
Oh yeah,
No.
he didn't rock a tie for a lot.
No tie, Tom. Not necessary.
What do you think, Tromondae?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Swans is on you.
Swans, it's on me. All right. So, Ronz.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you are naturally good at? Like any unusual talent that you might have, and what is it?
Hiking and geocaching.
Okay. Does your partner also think you're good at these things?
Yes.
Okay. Do you enjoy them?
Like sex? Yes.
All right. That's better, Ron. It's better. You're doing better with your questions.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Good job. Beaveman, same thing.
No. I'm
You're
not naturally good at anything.
Anything? Nothing.
I'm good at nothing. There is absolutely nothing that I have no natural talent for anything. Everything that I can do is stuff that took me years to be able to accomplish. I am not naturally good at anything. Never have been. Never. But I've also never been one of those people who got disappointed very easily by how badly I did things.
So I guess you succeeded at your first thing about being good at nothing, right? You said that you wanted to be good at nothing from the beginning of this podcast. So maybe you were already succeeded and you just didn't know it.
No, to achieve total mastery of nothingness, you have to actually become one with others. That helps you to anticipate and to empty your mind. It's a totally different state.
What state is that? Like
Arkansas.
Nebraska? Yeah, Arkansas. I was going to go with Nebraska,
Alabama.
but okay. Alabama. There you go.
Yeah. Anyways. Well,
All right.
I don't know.
This is a
Let's do our
hard-hitting
next-
podcast.
It's hard hitting. Yes,
It's a
yes.
hard-hitting podcast.
So far. We're just wanting to get the baseline. We want to learn. We want to learn what makes you guys tick.
Clocks. Clocks make
So-
me tick.
Next question. When you all first started dating,
I never dated the Beaveman.
Yeah, we don't date.
We don't date. Even though he looks at me with those dreamy eyes of his, there might be a connection, but we don't date. We kind of keep it mutual, friendly for the podcast. We
My
don't wanna-
eyes not dreamy. I've got palsy.
Wasn't there a podcast when the Rons like confessed to like watching the Beaveman in the locker room?
More than
Yes.
once.
More
He
than
likes
once.
to watch him strip down. He checks him
More
out.
th- yeah,
Sees him
more than
flexing in the mirror. Yeah.
More than what? Well, I don't think there's a mirror, but more than once. And of course, we have to keep it mutually safe and sane with COVID. So we've just been really good.
They wear their
Okay,
masks, but
good.
they flaunt around naked in there.
I haven't even changed in the dojo since the lockdown. So
No,
talking about.
no, let's not go there because up here in my mind, you have changed a lot of times. So thank you.
So, question: when you were
Back in the day,
Back
Back
in the
in the
before
day.
you were
day.
married.
when you would go on dates, did you pay for all of the dates, or did you allow or ask for the person you were on a date with to pay for the date?
My first official date with Carrie, I paid for everything.
Was this also your first official date?
Yes, 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 it was. Oh, yeah. No,
Besides when he took his cousin to the prom.
yeah, my cousin. Who I was, no.
Second cousin, so it's okay.
The second cousin is great. Yeah. Our first official date was New Year's Day, and I paid for everything. So yeah.
And then 3 days later, they moved in together. Whoa.
Yeah, about a week later, but yeah, something like that.
And so, did you always pay for you all's dates, or?
Yeah, mostly. If I can remember that far back, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what's the most romantic date you've been on? Was it with your wife?
We got to make sure the Beaveman answered that question.
Okay,
too.
yeah, well, that's part 2 of the question.
Well, part 2. Oh, for me,
Yeah.
the most romantic date. I don't know. There was this place in the Netherlands called Jerusalem's. It had a nickname called Jimmy's, and I used to take her there. It was a small bar called Samaya's that doesn't exist anymore. I used to take her to those places. I mean, there were local hangouts for us, right? So we could consider that a date night. And then on Sundays we would play D&D. So romantic, as far as military goes, yeah, pretty much.
She let you hold her dice?
All the time.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Beaveman.
What was the question?
Oh my goodness. When you first started dating, did you pay all the time or did you have the other person pay?
Well, no, we both paid for stuff. My first girlfriend usually would like pay for gas, and then I would pay for like the movie and dinner, or we'd switch. And then my second girlfriend, I usually paid for everything, but she drove a lot because she always borrows her dad's pickup truck, and we always wanted to ride in that anyway. So that's about it. But yeah, no, it's back in my day. Yeah, no, a lot of times we shared, we'd split because we were kids and we didn't have any money.
What about when you started dating the Swan?
When I started dating the Swan?
Yeah, I want to know about that.
Same thing. She paid a lot, so I just let her because I'm like, well, she wants to pay, let her pay.
Ah. And where did you guys go on dates to?
Nowhere, not really just to eat or somewhere. Nothing really memorable.
Really?
Yeah, out to the bar.
Swan's not romantic. She doesn't. None of my dates with the Swan were memorable.
That's harsh.
That is real harsh.
Okay, so then what was your most romantic date then? Clearly it was not with me.
No, my most romantic date was not with the Swan.
No, we said romantic, not bromantic. So
romantic, yeah, I've had some good romantic dates. I've had some good guy friends that were way more interesting.
You held hands? You held hands and skipped?
No, nothing like that. I might have skipped.
Locked arms.
I skipped, maybe.
Locked eyes across the table. Gazed into...
I don't know. Probably one of my most romantic dates was with one of my girlfriends, and we went on a. It's not really a cruise. I mean, it's not like a ferry ride, but you can take rides on the boats on the Rhine River, and you just go by all the castles, and then they turn around and you go back up, and then you go hang out in the town that's on the Rhine.
So it's really interesting that you had a memorable date like I did over in Europe, but now here one in the States.
Yeah, most of the women here in the States that I dated, I would not have considered romantic. They all want to do the same thing. Go to a dinner or go to a movie or go to a club, go to a movie, go to dinner, go to a club. That's about it. Most of the time they don't say, oh, let's go to a park or whatever. None of them ever say that. But of course, we were in Europe, so there was lots of cool stuff to go see, and that's what you did. You went and gone. You'd go. It was nothing to go see a castle. I mean, you could hop on the bus or on the tram and go check out a castle in walking distance. So.
No, I agree. I got married in a castle, so I completely understand.
White Castle?
Yeah, it was a White Castle over Europe. Actually, the castle's still standing. It's in Zeist, the town of Zeist, right? And if memory serves me, 16th, 17th century castle. So yeah.
So is your marriage legal then?
Yes, well, are you asking that of the Beaveman or of me?
You. I mean, it was out of the country, so it might not even be legal.
It is legal.
I'm just kidding.
Legal. No, that's okay. So I should ask that of the Beaveman and you. Is your marriage legal?
It might not be. We got married in Vegas.
Wow. Like the big Elvis thing?
No, like a real wedding chapel. It's not there anymore, but we had a real wedding with like 35-ish people. So
No
we planned
Elvis.
it, but it was still in
Okay.
Vegas.
So no Elvis impersonator. No.
No.
So cool. Cool.
Okay,
And
on to
Tell
our
us
next
about
question.
your bromance,
okay.
Beaveman.
Oh, you were talking about did I have a good bromance? Yeah, me and my roommate, Burke, we went to is it Burchett's Gardens? And near the Austrian border, I think is where that is. And we went on a ski trip on a weekend. It was one of those military ones where you pay a little bit and then you go. But we stayed at the Eagle's Nest, which if you know anything from history, that is where Hitler resided, that we took over after the war. And we spent the weekend him trying to teach me how to ski. So yes, that was one of my favorite memory bromances.
Nice.
So what was one of the most memorable dates that you've had?
It's
with
not
us?
your time to ask questions, Ronz.
Oh yeah. Ooh, look at you take over the
Ooh.
podcast. I thought it was the Swans.
It's his
Maybe-
podcast.
He wants to get more information from you for his bromance with you, Beefman.
Keep
he
going.
He wants to
going
know
with
how
your
to stalk
questions.
you in the locker room. All right, my next question to the Rons.
Yes.
If you were on death row, what would you pick as your last meal? I want a description, play-by-play of what you want for your last meal and why you picked it.
There's so much to choose from because I am a foodie.
You're a
Uh,
fatty.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no, I'm a foodie. I really like food. I like
We
Lee's
can't
chicken.
tell.
You know, actually, there's a little place that still exists, and I mentioned it earlier, Jerusalem's. I would like a shashlik or a shawarma with what they call knufluk sauce, which is a garlic sauce, fries, sambu sauce, right, which is a very hot sauce, a cappuccino, panakokin, and they don't allow alcohol, so I'll say probably a Coke or something like that. And I mentioned a cappuccino too. And also on top of that, as long as I'm going out, I might as well have a mint mocha from a local place here that I really like. So as far as that, the shrimp scampi is something that I've made for Carrie on Valentine's Day before, and it's real easy and it's real enjoyable. The
So
bread,
you have to make your own death row meal.
no, but you know, if someone else is going to make it, I'm going to enjoy it. But she wanted to know why I would like that meal, right?
She did?
Because
Yeah. Why he picked that?
for dessert, a French vanilla ice cream, because
I'm
that,
just gonna eat for 12 hours.
yeah,
before-
you know why not?
Hey,
Uh,
you asked.
You asked.
I did.
For a bread, it would be a stuffed baguette, Parmesan, spinach, cream cheese, baked with garlic on top and olive oil.
You're gonna have
Anyway.
to throw up like 4 times just to eat all this shit.
Well, you know, if you're going out, go big.
And when he dies, they're gonna have to clean up a giant shit.
Right.
Yet anyway, what does it matter? What
It doesn't.
matter?
I mean, you're not cleaning it up. You
No,
go out
but,
with a bang.
Yeah, I do most of the cooking in the house, so I am I know the meals I like. Right, and I've seen some serial killer death meals or death row meals, and some are pretty extravagant, some are not. Right, some
Like,
are
I want
just.
a hot dog. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I think there was one serial killer who just ordered an olive, just one olive, and it was weird. Yeah. Anyway, you asked, you got. There you go.
I do like shawarma. I do.
Yeah, but see, you like it here in the States. I had it over in Europe, and it's so much better.
Well, I've never been to Europe, so I'd probably like it in Europe too. But
Okay,
all
I'm
right,
just saying.
big man.
And by Europe, she means her butt. Hi-yo.
Hi-yo.
Hi-oh! Tremondae, aren't you going to the Hi-oh?
I'm laughing at you guys.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's laughing.
Well, for my last meal, I would like to eat at the Y with like 5 select women, but probably I wouldn't get that. So,
So
yeah. So I would say I would take the pepperoni, sausage, and mushroom pizza that was made at the Imbus across the Kaserne where I was stationed in Germany. Also, the currywurst at Pomfrit's that was made there. I would like a full-size chocolate cake made by Bill Knapp's like they used to have back in the day. And with that, I would actually, hate to say it, an actual glass of whole milk, not processed type, from an actual organic farm. And that would be my drink. And then to top it all off, after I've eaten and drank all of that, I'm going to have a giant Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
See, now, I don't know if they allow alcohol in death row.
Okay, nobody's asking you because this isn't about you. It's my time to answer the question. So if they wanted any specifics on it, they're the ones who would say something. But you just can't shut the fuck up.
I mean, do they really not allow you to have alcohol on death row? I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like you can have
For your
whatever the
last
fuck
meal,
you
you can
want
have
for your
whatever you
last
have.
meal.
People get like a burger and beer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you
Oh,
should be
a
allowed
glass of
to.
Pruno.
I'm thinking they're not going to let you get shit-faced, but you can have a
let's-
drink.
Yeah, shit faced.
Might as
Tromondae?
well.
Yeah, might as well. You're going out. If you're on death row, you probably did something pretty damn bad.
These questions are hilarious, by the way.
We're getting there. All right, mix it up a little, Tromondae. Go for it.
Okay, next question. When you see a veteran in public, do you thank them for their service, and do you think that others should do the same? Like everyone should thank them for their service?
Ronz.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
No, yeah. Because, short answer, real quick. Because without them, they wouldn't have those freedoms. So, yeah.
Okay.
So how do you know they're a veteran? You just walk around and be like, thank you for your service. How do you know?
Well, that wasn't part of the question.
Well, I'm just saying. So you're just,
Oh, now you get to switch.
I'm
yeah.
just asking because you just walk up to random people
Well,
and say,
Russ,
are you
they
a
are the ones
veteran?
asking the questions, so I do think
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
ban
Hey,
us.
hey, don't you come to their defense when you put me in my place. Sometimes it's easy to spot another vet.
Sometimes it's easy to spot.
They're the big fatties that wear their Marine shirt,
Well,
gut hanging out.
those are what we call lifers, but sometimes it's right. But sometimes it's like when you see the BC glasses, right? You can see those. Those are sometimes a trend now, so it's harder. But and sometimes you can see the way they carry themselves. Sometimes they wear their if you look at their rings, sometimes they wear a ring that signifies
I'm
that.
just checking out people's fingers to see if they're married or whether he can flirt with them or not.
Or sometimes they talk about their time in when they were in the Army as a ranger, right? A lot. So sometimes they just let it slip.
Or a few refueler.
Or a refueler on JP4.
Mhm.
So yeah, No, I don't always ask, but sometimes there are telltale signs, right?
And then you just walk up and you're like, hey, dude, thanks for your service. And they're like, what the fuck?
No, I don't think I've ever met a vet that hasn't done that before. Right? No, I take that back. There's only one vet that gave me attitude for thanking them. Just one vet. That's
Who's
it.
that?
I
Random
don't know.
That you didn't talk. Okay.
No. I'm looking right at that vet right now.
All right, let's hear his answer.
What's the question?
Would you take down a vet?
Would you take down? No. When you see another veteran, do you thank them for their service?
No.
Why?
Why should I?
Why wouldn't you?
Why? First of all, if you need to be thanked for your service to your country, then you don't deserve my thanks in the first fucking place. I didn't do it so people could shut the fuck up, Ron. It's my time.
No. She did
Shut
not
the
say
fuck
to
up.
you.
Shut the fuck up.
She says, do you thank them? They didn't come out and ask you, hey, I'm a vet, shake my hand. They didn't come out and say that.
I'm also not scoping every single man I see to decide if they're a vet or not, or a woman. When I look at their finger, why are you looking at their fucking fingers?
Because,
That's a pretty thick thumb. What I know what you could do with that.
all right, fair enough.
So wait a minute. So you're saying, let me get this straight. You're saying that if I know somebody's a vet, I have to thank them for their service. I don't think so. Why? You know what? And I hate hearing these stories about people who piss and moan because somebody didn't thank them for their service. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? If you even try to say that to me, I stop people in the beginning. I'm like, I don't need that. First of all, you don't need to know that I was a vet. Second of all, if you somehow found out I am, I don't need you to thank me for my service because you don't mean it in the first fucking place.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the only people who cry out for that attention are, well, not the only, but the majority of them are the Vietnam vets. They feel like they're entitled to it, but the rest of them don't really care.
Okay.
No,
So
there's
what
a
about
bunch of shitbags. There's a bunch of shitbags who want you to thank them too. Your
Well, yeah, they
friend-
want shit
your
for free,
friend
and
and
they
her
don't.
husband, they want everybody to know their vets, and they want everybody to thank them. I'm like, I wanted to punch both of them in the throats the entire time they were here.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
both
wear their
You're both
military
fucking
shit.
pogues. You're both fucking pogues. Shut the fuck up.
No, I understand that, but what about one vet
No,
to
you
another?
don't, Ron. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't understand it.
No, I
You don't
do.
understand it because you don't have the same opinion as me.
No,
And
I
that's
understand
okay.
where you're coming from.
And that's okay. But
I-
you don't understand it.
I
You
do.
can't understand why I'm that way. You're like, why is he that way?
No, I never question why you're that way. That's your entitled to your opinion. But would you go up to another vet because and say that, right?
Say what?
Would you be offended if a fellow vet said that to you?
Yes. Because that's even worse than when I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you expect me to say it back to you. I'm not going to.
I never.
I expect people to say, this is what I expect people to say when they find out I'm a veteran or whatever. This is what I want to hear. Dude, that's cool. Yeah, it was. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I want. That's it.
Or like, what
Yeah,
about the
I
people
fucking love you.
who pass each other and they say like, what is it, like hoorah or whatever? Is that okay? I mean, or is that lame too? I don't know, because I see people who do
Most-
that too.
Okay. Seriously.
I'm just asking.
First of all, the oorah and the
Whatever.
hoorah is two different things. Oorah is what the fucking Marines say, which
Okay,
is
whatever.
fucking stupid. Sound like a bunch of fucking retards trying to hump a doorknob.
Like monkeys.
Hoorah is not even what we said in the Army. We said hua, which is totally different. So they're all a bunch of fucking retards. And we don't usually walk around and say hua to each other. That's not what we did in the Army. We sure as fuck don't do it as vets. And if you do, you're a fucking retard. And not retard as in a medical condition. Retard as in if I'm insulting you, as in this is in the 80s. You're a fucking retard. The only thing that is acceptable to do is if you know somebody who happens to be a part of the same ilk or clique or unit as you, for example, there's a thing that me and my friend Chris will do. One of us will say, when we message each other, one of us will say all the way and the other one will say airborne or vice versa. Just
So
like
you do
Rangers do that.
So
Rangers
you actually
say-
do have a saying that you guys say to each other. It's not hoorah or oorah or oompa loompa.
It's specific. If you would shut up, I was giving you more examples of how it's more specific. Like the Bat Boys, the Rangers, they'll say the other one will say lead the way, and the other one will say Ranger, or vice versa.
Okay.
The Marines don't usually say oorah to each other. They say semper fi. Things like that.
Oh yeah, that one, like Semper Fi, brother. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm cool with. Not the oorah, hoorah, fuck that.
But I've heard them say that too.
Yeah,
so-
that's not like specific, so whatever.
Yeah.
No.
The Air Force, they're like, check please, or
Hold my hose.
can you get my car?
No.
What else do they say?
We have one that's click specific. It's like, who the hell POL? That's who we are.
That's
Right.
sad, dude.
It's not. No,
That
it
is
is.
so,
No, it is
again,
not
it's all
sad.
about
No,
fueling.
no.
That's
No,
all
it
about
is-
fueling.
Well, without us,
That
you're
is
just
so sad,
you're
dude.
just walkers, right?
So are you, fueler.
Yes, I am.
You're not flying anything. Are you on the stick?
No.
On somebody's stick.
Well, no, My God, you got to stick up your ass. But
Oh
you know,
God,
the
let's
thing
hear.
is,
Let's hear. Tromondae, please have a question.
yeah,
I have a question. No, I have
Okay.
a question. Ready, Ronz? So
Yeah.
while we're talking about six, Ronz,
yeah.
if you had to choose, who would you have butt sex with?
Carrie, definitely
Carrie?
Carrie.
That's so lame. All right, well, that just ruined the answer too, because would you be a top or a bottom?
Both.
Both. Both. Okay.
Both.
So I guess you just you get to have butt sex with whoever you want, and you chose Carrie. Why'd you choose that person?
Because I've seen her medical test and I know everything's good. In this COVID day and age, I trust her.
She's worried about getting COVID from butt sex. I mean, I guess you could wear your mask. You can have butt sex with whoever you want, as long as you wear your mask.
As long as I wear my mask, I'll stick with Carrie.
All right, I guess that's his raw, organic answer. He loves his wife, folks. He's choosing butt sex with his wife. All right, Beaveman.
Is it a man or a woman?
I just said if you had to choose, who would you have butt sex with?
I would say I'm gonna pick Salma Hayek in her heyday when she was on that movie with Antonio Banderas. Not Salma Hayek now.
Zorro?
Salma Hayek then. What's that?
Zorro?
No, not that. No, not that one.
Well, you said Selma Hayek and Antonio Banderas. That's what I come up with when I think of those two together in a movie.
No, when he was the guy who carried the guitar case with all the guns in it.
Oh, I don't know what that's called, but I've seen it. Yeah.
I don't think Salma Hayek was his girlfriend in Zorro.
I thought she was. I don't know. All right,
Fact check,
choose
Ronz,
her?
go.
No, he doesn't need to fact check it. So I guess then, would you be a top or a bottom? Or you can go with
Well,
Ron's answer and be both.
Well, I would be the giver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I would be on top.
But what if she wanted to give? Would you let her?
Salma Hayek in her heyday? Yes, I would. And I would back in. Not only would I do that, I would back into it and ask her if that was all she's got.
Let's see. Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Because you know what? Because she would, see?
I was wrong.
Because you
Sorry.
know what? She would have the courtesy to do a reach around for me as well. So there you have it.
She probably would.
So, since we're talking about six, do you believe that men should shave their pubes?
6? We're talking about 6? Did you say 6?
Six.
Oh, stick. I was like, is there some? I'm not hip to all that newfangled language.
I mean, should we switch it up and let Beaveman answer first?
No, let Ron's answer. He's doing a great job.
All right. Okay, good. All right, Ronz.
Yes.
Go ahead, Tromondae. Repeat it.
Do you believe that men should shave their pubes?
Sure. Why not?
He doesn't.
Do you shave yours? Do you
Okay,
manscape, Ronz?
I manscape. I really do. I manscape.
Have you ever shaved it all the way gone? Like baby naked?
Yes, I have.
Why? On purpose or on accident? Like, whoops.
And a hernia repair.
How does what? Yeah. You know, that homemade hernia kit came in, and I thought, you know what? Now's the time to see if it works. Right. So.
You just wanted to look like you were 5 again? It's like, I want to see what I looked like when I was 5. I'm going to shave it all the way just to see.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
She's saying that your dick size is the same as when you were 5.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, only when it's cold, though. And yeah, only when it's cold. It doesn't bother me once. Right. But yeah. To answer your question, yes.
Ron's manscapes. B-man.
I do.
Yes, I do. And yes, they should. I believe. Yes.
No, you're not bringing back the 70s bush?
No.
No? Okay.
Not your thing.
Not your thing. All right.
No,
Well, Ronz, how old were you when your parents had the talk? Did they have the talk with you?
Jeez, yeah. Must have been about
hot
fifth grade.
cheese.
It was in 5th grade, so I guess about 10, I guess.
How did it go? How did they lead into it? And who gave it to you, mom or dad or both?
My mom did, and with pictures. My dad gave me a Playboy and a bottle of lube and told me to go for it. No, my dad was out of the picture at the time. I learned from two sources. One, my parents, or my parent, and then the school had some sort of lecture on it. So, yeah.
Did you give the talk to your kid? How old was your child at the time?
Geez, he must have been about.
Oh, jeez.
Geez, about 8 or 9, I think.
Did he ask you, or did you just say, "Look, little RJ, it's time that we start having the talk"?
I just let into it. I mean, it seemed like an appropriate answer because he asked for, about babies and just went right into it. I mean, had to have the talk. So he was more mature for his age. So yeah.
Beaveman, how old were you when your parents had the talk?
They never did.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
Why is it obvious?
Well, no, it's about the Beaveman. I'm going to let him answer.
Okay.
What would my question that you perceive that's obvious?
Oh, no, don't flip it.
How am I supposed to answer that?
No, you answer it the way you want to answer it.
I don't want to answer it because to me it's not obvious. So you're the one who said that.
Make it obvious. Answer.
Go
ahead, answer it.
Well, his parents didn't have the talk with them. Oh. So how did you learn about it then?
In 5th grade. I think it's 5th or 6th grade is when they had health for all of us. That's it. I mean, you obviously knew before that, but that's when they explained it all.
And did you have the talk with your children?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Fine.
Do you think they knew about it before you had the talk with them?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah, really, because I started talking to my kids about it probably like from the age of 5.
Well, I always thought your kids were really smart, so they kind of figured things out. But okay.
I mean, they learned things in medical terms. Yeah, they did. From a young age. And are not shy about it at all.
No.
So that's a good thing.
I wouldn't think any kids that have medical professions for parents would be shy about anything. They'd probably know more about the human sexuality a lot more before anybody else would.
I completely disagree with that because I work with a doctor who calls and still calls her children who are 14 and older, and herself, their butt, their bobo. I hate people who do that shit. Why would you name it something that's not? Oh, don't touch my bobo. Like, no, that's dumb. Like, yeah, no.
What name would you give it?
If your kid's getting molested, they're not even going to tell you because you're talking in non-anatomical terms. Like, it's not appropriate.
My bobo?
Yeah. What part is that? I mean, it could be any part. Like your nose, your ear, your bobo. Dumb. Anyway.
I think of the elbow.
Don't touch my elbow.
I just want to ask this question.
What?
I want to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Did these questions seem better to you on paper?
They did. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, go fuck
yourself. Hey-oh.
Hi-oh. Hi-oh.
All right. I want to hear your
think
answer.
It's entertaining.
I find it entertaining. We're learning about each other. Well, we're learning about you guys.
I've been laughing nonstop. I kid you not.
Well, we can't tell because we can't see you because you forgot your fucking computer at work.
I know. I'm sorry.
So, you didn't have enough prep time.
Don't touch my bobo.
Don't touch my bobo. Ronz, what's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled? And if you died suddenly, would you be worried about your spouse or child finding something embarrassing about you?
Oh, no, I'm pretty forward on open with everything that I talk with about my wife. I mean, I have a fascination for looking up weird stuff like serial killers, stuff like that. Studying martial arts, of course, we all know that.
What belt are you, Ron?
Thank you for asking, Tromondae. I'm a black belt. Right?
To clarify, he's a first dan.
Yeah, I am a first dan in Kobudo and Okinawan karate. So thank you for asking. My search history, no, I wouldn't be embarrassed by it. It's your average run-of-the-mill, whatever floats my boat that day.
All right, Beaveman.
Probably the whole, typing in questions about which birds have penises and which ones don't. Most of the really odd stuff I've looked up recently have been all podcast related. If there was a search done of my computer, I don't feel like like if I died tomorrow, I don't think that my family would be embarrassed because I'm pretty open about my love of porn. They might think that it's a little bit, some of the stuff that I look up, like to try to find specific porn, but I most often get disappointed because I'll type in a search term for porn and then nothing pops up. And I'm like, why hasn't anybody made porn like this? So I always get disappointed there. And I'm like, I should just open up my own production company because I've got great ideas. So that's a little disappointing.
Beaveman, probably because you're not looking in the right areas. Talk with me off here. We'll try and hook you up.
So Beaveman, what's one of your ideas?
Well, I don't understand why there's no like porn where there's very few videos where you can summon a female demon and have sex with her, or like naughty nuns that you would meet in the woods or something like that. There's just none of that. Not enough. There's not enough hot aliens coming to the planet to have sex with them. There's not enough of that. Things like it's just really obnoxious. It's annoying. There's not enough good superhero porn either. Like the women that they'll pick to be the superheroes never look like the superheroes in the comics. I'm like, Wonder Woman is not going to have a big pot belly. Do your research. Do some really good casting.
Now, Beaveman, let me follow up with that because I know
just a guest.
I'm just a guest.
You're just a guest.
But
we want to let him answer.
I really want to help you out here. Are you looking for live action or animated?
No, I don't want animated. That's the whole point. I don't want animated.
All right. I will hook you up then.
Animated. I don't want animated.
I will try to hook you up then with what you need.
Good casting director. See, people, they're just not casting these parts correctly, and the storylines are not good. That's what I'm saying.
So
I could totally come up with storylines. I could totally come up with the outfits.
You want the film production to be a lot better. You want the overall production of this adult film to be a lot better than what you're seeing right now currently.
Well, first of all, like I said, most of it I'm not even seeing. I said that, first of all.
All right.
Yeah.
Tromondae, do you watch anime porn?
No.
Okay, because that's a little weird, I think. Ronz clearly watches anime porn.
He said animated.
Animated, anime, whatever. It's
still
all
the same.
Still cartoon porn. Like, fucking porn.
How is it the same, Tromondae?
Actual porn.
You got to tell me how it's the same.
No,
because
no.
Next question.
All right. So if you could be Ronz, if you could be the opposite gender, aka a female for the day, would you? And what would you do?
Oh, I would just play with my tits all day. I would. I mean, come on now. I would just run around and see how many free things I could get with my tits. Boobies.
Clear, you'd be an ugly bitch.
It doesn't matter. You're not looking at my face. You're looking at my tits.
Oh, I don't know. Ugly with good tits is not a good combo. Sometimes I'm sure you're not going to get any free pizzas.
No.
Beaveman, would you?
Would I? Yeah, of course. Would I switch? For a day? Yes.
And what would you do?
And the Swan freezes.
What would you do as a female?
Oh, I would do the same thing that Ronz would do. I would run around all day trying to get lots of money, free money, and do nothing in exchange for it. I wouldn't show my boobs like Ronz. I would just have the perception that I was going to show my boobs or do whatever, but I would just get free stuff all day long.
Okay.
I wonder if it works that way.
Yeah, it does. You have to have the right attitude. You have to have the right walk. You have to dress appropriately, and you have to. It's just all about attitude. Back in the day, Swan could have got anything she wanted to, but she was too freaking much of a bitch. She'd get mad if it made a pass at her and offered to buy her a drink. She'd get pissed off instead. Like, yeah, that's what guys like. Some lady get pissed off instead of just being smart and getting the drink.
Oh, I got plenty of drinks. It gets annoying. I mean, I guess maybe people like that, but I found it annoying. Like when people
Well,
stalk.
don't worry, it ain't gonna happen for you anymore.
It still might. I bet I could. I bet it could.
Only if you went to like the American Legion.
Oh,
Fish fry night.
shut up.
So,
Oh,
have
oh.
either of you ever accidentally walked into a woman's restroom and used the bathroom and didn't realize you were in a woman's restroom?
No.
Yeah. Because I wasn't paying attention. Right? Sometimes I'll just, it hasn't happened in quite a long time.
Because he's dyslexic.
No. I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings, and yeah, I walked into it accidentally, and then I walked promptly right out. So
You didn't even. You might as well use the bathroom while you were in there.
yeah, I should have, but no, I didn't. I just walked out. That's all. I made the mistake of walking into the wrong door, and I walked out.
All right, Ronz. If you could change one thing about yourself physically or something that's happened to you, would you? And what would it be?
I would change my mental acuity.
It's probably a good answer.
I would.
Brutally honest. We love you, Ronz. How about physically?
Physically, I would probably change my penis to make it longer and thicker.
You gotta get out of that 5-year-old penis. Is that why you shaved your pubes? To try to make it bigger and thicker?
Bigger.
Or bigger, yeah. Make that illusion. Physically, probably taller if I could be. All right. That's about it. I'm pretty happy with the way I look.
No comment. No comment from the beef man. All right.
None.
None. You're up. Would you change something about yourself?
Oh, I mean, do you have an entire evening to discuss all the things that I would change?
Sure.
Yeah,
Feel
sure.
free.
This is
If
your
I could just
podcast.
change at least one thing, I would be at least 6 inches taller.
From
That
the
would be
knees up.
From the knees up.
This. Proportionately. I wouldn't want super long femurs and have the rest of my body not be proportioned. I like to be overall at least 6 inches taller. That would be cool. I would have to have only 12% body fat. That would be cool.
Would it be your body fat though?
I'd say at least another, let's be conservative, another good 2 or 3 inches to the peni. Bend girth. Let's see. I'd like a bigger, more muscular butt. I'd like a better shaped head. I'd like my right eye not to be so droopy. Overall, in general, I'd say I'd change just about everything.
What would you keep? What would you keep?
I'm pretty happy with my legs. They could be a bit more sculpted. That's it.
Okay.
Not even the feet. I'm just gonna take the legs.
Just the shins.
Oh, the thighs too. The upper legs. Also.
You keep your knees?
Yeah, I mean they're fine. I mean, I would just keep the musculature of my leg because even the alignment of my legs is wrong also. So they go out. So actually, there's pretty much nothing that I'm happy with.
Just start over. Just
start over.
Start over from the petri dish.
Just somebody clone me from Tom Selleck. That would be great.
He's got a man crush on Tom Selleck.
Always a giant hog too.
Probably.
Probably.
So the Ronz.
Yes,
Probably has a
sir.
mustache.
Ronz, can you drop some lyrics from a rap song?
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Oh, Beaveman. Drop some lyrics from a rap song. And go.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell about two bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with them rappers. MCA, yo, me, Mike D. Ben had a little horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey and a quart of beer. Riding across the land, kicking up sand, sheriff's posses on my tail because I'm in demand.
Oh, I think
Yo.
Beaveman wins.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys. All right. Oh, Ronz, you failed. It's okay.
Well, I didn't know there was a contest either.
It's always a contest. Don't you know?
No, apparently I failed that contest too. No, I did not know.
Stranded on a desert island, and you can only have 3 things. What would they be, Ronz? Go.
Hold on just a sec.
What?
I just want to say that you should be pretty happy with Ron's really only wanting to change a couple things with himself.
I am. Ronz is
That's
pretty humble.
impressive.
I think Ronz is
That's-
pretty humble. I had an
Thank you.
introduction about Ronz.
I think what I was saying was that he's pretty happy with himself, which is very rare, and that's a good thing.
Oh, look at a compliment.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I
I'm gonna
compliment
pay
the Ron's all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
pay for
because
that
you're
later.
so joyous.
I just pulled it up.
There we go, joyous. Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Ronz. Stranded on a desert island, and you can only have 3 things. What would they be? And go.
A deck of cards, a cell phone with satellite connection, and
Why
a
wouldn't it be
fishing
satellite?
rod. Because if you've got no service, I mean, at least if satellites are in range, because we always have a satellite somewhere out there passing over, I should be able to connect and send out a signal to have them pick me up when I want to get picked up. A deck of cards, of course, to play cards. I would play solitaire because whenever
You're
you're
with
playing,
yourself.
well, yeah, but whenever you play solitaire, someone always turns around and walks behind you going, I'd play that red card on that black card next time, and boom, you are rescued.
Okay. Beaveman.
And a fishing, so I can do some fishing.
And eat. There you go.
Yeah.
3 things. Go.
Knife, water purification kit, and some sort of something to make fires with, like a flint rock.
What about your extensive porn collection?
Why would I need that?
I
I'm
don't
here
know.
to survive. You said I'm going to be stranded on a...
I figured you'd
I mean,
take it.
eventually, if I've got a knife and a way to purify water and to start a fire, eventually I have started civilization again, and the porn will come. With civilization, porn always comes. Look back in history. Porn has always been here.
Yeah, but you're not an asexual being that can't, you can't reproduce on your
I'm
own.
going to restart civilization. Did you not hear?
Yes, I heard.
All right, then. Trust me. Get me done.
Okay. All
If
right.
you build it, the porn will come, Ronz.
Tromondae.
If you were getting a movie done about you, who would you cast to play you?
I don't want to take B-Man's answer because I know who he would pick. So I would say Weird Al
To play you.
to play me.
Are you thinking that you're gonna pick the same cast to play you as it would play the Beefman?
I was going to pick one person I know, but I know that's B-Man's choice. So, but I will go with Weird Al because I am a big fan of Weird Al.
Yes, we know.
It
He's not
But
an
you don't even know how to spell weird.
doesn't matter. I'm
Okay.
a big fan.
Okay.
I've got his autograph on 2 things. I got my picture taken with him. All right. I'm a big fan.
Super fan. Super fan.
Got him on 2 of your thingies?
Yes,
Your
I do.
testicles?
No, not on my testicles.
He's got a Weird Al tattoo on his testicle.
No, I do not.
All right. Who would play you, Beefman?
There's really not anybody that I would pick right away to play me. I don't really look like anybody in Hollywood. Probably then I would have to go the complete opposite route, and I'm pretty sure I am not picking who the Ronz thinks I would pick.
Oh, we're gonna go back to that. I want to know. I do want to.
I would pick Jack Black.
Oh, you are correct. I thought you were going to say Tom Selleck.
No, he's way too handsome.
of Jack Black. Jack
Jack
Black
Black.
has your abs. No, just kidding.
Jack Black's got my abs.
Oh.
Oh,
All
look
right.
at that. That was such a sensitive moan for you. Like, oh, don't be so hard on yourself, man.
He has better abs than Jack Black. I'll give him that. Jack Black probably has a better butt. I'll give Jack Black on that one. He's not afraid to run around in his whitey tighties or
And he's
Speedo.
pretty athletic for being that big. I mean, he can do some pretty sweet kicks and shit.
All right, Ronz. If you could have one super talent or strength, it can't be something far-fetched like X-ray vision or something impossible, but something that could really happen. What would you pick, Ron?
I'm off the top of my head, the ability to think faster on my feet
All
and
right.
assess situations a lot better.
Like, don't talk to that small child at the museum next to the bathroom.
Jesus, no.
No.
It would allow me to basically put myself in check. So I don't do, I often see myself getting into situations where I'm like, man, if I was just a second quicker on the thought, I wouldn't have said stupid shit like that.
Oh, you need an internal filter?
I do.
Beaveman,
So-
if you could have a super talent or strength, what would you choose?
So it's not a superpower.
No, it's not like X-ray vision or the ability to fly, like something that could really be true.
Oh, I would like to be able to play the guitar
Okay.
beautifully, excellently, like any genre of guitar music,
Like
without
pick-
even reading music, just be able to pick it up and play. That's what I would be. That's what I would like to do.
All right, that's reasonable. Tromondae.
And I'm down to my last question on my side. What was your
Oh.
GPA when you graduated high school?
Oh, for me, I don't know.
Did you graduate high school?
Yes and no.
Okay, what does that mean? Hi-oh.
Hi-oh. What does that mean is I quit high school and I went back to high school and got my high school diploma from an adult.
I think that means you graduated, though. I mean, So it's not yes and no. The
It's
question
no and
was,
then yes.
did you graduate? No,
Yes.
Well,
Did you graduate?
yes,
Yeah.
eventually. But yes,
Eventually, yes.
Okay, well then you graduated.
All right. Fair enough. I didn't know this was your fucking podcast. I thought it was the Swans, but fine. To answer your question, yes, I graduated.
I'm gonna give Ron's props on that one because he answered it truly without beating around it. He answered it the way we wanted him to. Good job,
Yeah.
Ron's. Good job. Thanks for being real. Oh,
You're welcome.
Beaveman, what was your GPA?
I don't know, 2 something,
Well,
2.0,
barely graduated high school.
0.95.
All right.
Well, I had to be a little bit higher than that.
I mean, that's like a C minus average. You can graduate with that, I think. I'd have cried if my grade point average was that bad. For real. I cried when I had an A minus.
Why?
It got me real far in life too. Say it. Just go ahead.
It did.
So-
I think it helped with your studying.
Studying was easier, I'm sure, but I didn't really have to study. Ronz, what's the weirdest food you've ever tried, and did you
Oh.
like it?
That's a toss up between squid and escargot snails. Yeah, I did.
What food would you never try if you could have anything?
Probably something that's really god awful. And being a foodie, there's a lot out there, but I can't name off the top of my head. I mean, there's some really disgusting dishes that people like ferment and eat, and I mean, it's parasitic. So I can't probably anything that would be a parasitic dish. Unless I'm really, really hungry and stranded out there in the middle of nowhere.
Like, would you try monkey?
Yeah, I would.
Ew, I don't think I could eat monkey. Beefman, what's the weirdest food you've ever tried?
Cudamonde.
What is
What?
that?
Cudamonde is like some sort of like a raccoon-looking type animal that they commonly eat in Panama.
Did you know you were eating that when you got it? Like someone said, "Hey, try this," or
Yeah.
was it good?
Yeah, it was like a street. It was a street vendor in Panama. It was on the street, and we were all drunk. So yeah,
It's like the equivalent of Taco Bell in Panama.
pretty much. Yeah.
What did it taste like? Do you remember?
It kind of tastes. I mean, it was kind of like sausage-like, so just like pork sausage. It was on a stick. So if it's on a stick, it's a kebab. That's not bad. So
Yeah, so put it on a stick.
Yeah.
That's
What
not
food
bad.
would you never try?
Unless I didn't know it, cannibalism.
Probably reasonable. Well, I have like one more question, but it's not really great, so we could skip it if you wanted to.
No. Let's hear it.
You like these?
What you mean? Wait a minute. So after all these questions, this one is not that great by your definition.
Shut the fuck up over there.
Look at her. And
I think
Tremonde,
they're all great. We're
Yeah,
learning a lot of things.
And Tremonde, feel free to throw in a question off the top of your head that you would like to know.
Let me
Ask
think.
the Rons anything. This is your moment. This is your moment, Tremonde.
Off the top.
Fail.
That's-
Fail.
Oh,
It's amazing how fast the Beaveman's mind thinks.
Go ahead. Let's hear yours. What did your mind think?
Okay, if you went to the bathroom and you peed and it was super frothy, what would you think that would indicate?
that I'm nothing to me. I just urinate and that's it. I don't take the quality in going, well, that is super frothy. I wonder what's going on there. No, I just urinate.
You wouldn't think that was abnormal. You're like, oh, that's cool. Today it's hot pink. No big deal. Oh, it's blue today. Like you don't look at it?
Listen, if I could piss the rainbow, I would admire, I would let everybody admire my urine stream, but I don't. It doesn't come out rainbow. Sorry. So no, I don't. I wouldn't think anything of it.
So I keep the connection for me keeps getting lost. So I missed his answer. What did he say? His pee's always frothy or what?
No, he said he wouldn't really think much about it because he doesn't look at it. And when he does, he just thinks it's normal, like probably fine. It would have to be rainbow or freaking sparkly for him to get worried. So
Well, if you shot glitter out your penis, that'd be kind of cool.
that would be
Glitter
kind of
makes
cool.
everyone happy.
Oh yeah,
Glitter makes
glitter
everyone
bomb.
Glitter bomb.
Ronz, do you have any weird habits?
Oh, well, I wanted to hear Tremonde's answer.
Oh, Tremonde, what's your answer about frothy urine?
I don't know what it would indicate, and that's probably when I would call the Beaveman and say, "Hey, this is happening with my piss. What should I do?"
Would you, Tremonde, have him come over and observe you taking a piss and your lengthy member?
How do you know it's lengthy? God, you freaking weirdo. Are you like stalking his windows and shit?
How do I know it's not lengthy?
Well, you
So I don't think he needs to be present to witness the urine coming from my penis. If he needs anything, he'll just.
I can take his word for it.
Well, how else would he know if it's frothy? He's just going on your word, right? So you would probably have to watch it.
No, does your doctor like, hey, it hurts when I have butt sex. Oh, hold on. Let me come over here and witness that to make sure. No, that's not how it works.
Dr.
Called
Hardon
subjective
always comes over and watches everything I do when it comes to sex, right?
Who does?
That's Dr. Hardon, right?
I see.
That's what he calls his penis.
Dr. Hardon. Baby Hardon.
Baby hard on.
Oh.
What does that mean, Beaveman?
I mean, if it's really frothy, usually that means you're passing a lot of protein in your urine. But I just wanted to see what you guys would say.
You know, what if this entire podcast was for that listener who needed to hear that? Who needed
Well,
that medical
listener,
advice?
if your urine is frothy all the time, And of course, you're going to get bubbles due to, the speed and the pressure of which your urine hits the water in the toilet. But if we're talking froth, like on a beer, if it's persistently bubbly and frothy, that could indicate that you're passing a lot of protein in your urine, which could indicate a dysfunction of your kidneys. Go see your doctor.
And in Ron's case, have them observe you peeing.
Yes. Right. Have them hold it for
Does-
you and shake it and everything.
Does,
I don't know where he's going to the doctor. Must be Bronson. Hi-yo!
Hello. Yeah, but the thing is, it just
Bronson
doesn't.
dig.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, honestly, I never thought about it. Like, now, do I play cross the streams or shoot down games while I
Is that
urinate?
what they do in the Air Force?
It's what anybody does when they're peeing into a toilet.
No.
No.
Whose toilet are you peeing in?
My own?
How do you cross the stream in your own
Yeah,
toilet?
how are you doing that?
I don't know. I was thinking basically.
You know what he
You
said.
probably delved into something you don't want to know about.
Yeah.
Oh, Ron, you sound like my kids that I deal with every day. This is what I did. Why did you do that? I don't know.
Okay, so now I'm really confused because do you have like diaphalia or something?
First of all, if I even pretend to say yes to that, I don't know what diaphalia is. So with your
Then why
medical
would you
joke-
pretend to say yes?
Well, I don't know what
That's what he
diaphalia
does.
is. Right? So
Well,
what is
if you
diaphalia?
don't know, then you probably don't have it. But you were talking
Well-
about crossing the stream, so I'm like, well, do you have two penises?
Well, if I had two penises, I'd make a lot more quality superhero porn.
That's a superpower.
That would be a hell of a superpower.
I
guess
feel like you just put one in your own ass.
that would be a hermaphrodite.
Nah, you clearly don't know what those are, so
Apparently, I don't. You're the doctor.
In order to be a hermaphrodite, you have to put your own penis in your ass. That's what you're saying.
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's not me.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay, you need to start writing some shit down to go look it up.
Ron says a homework assignment.
That is not what a hermaphrodite is. So
Honestly, I've never dealt with one, so I wouldn't know.
How do you know
but
you've
you
never
just
dealt
assume
with
that
one?
a hermaphrodite has two penises.
Listen, you're backing me into a corner that I painted myself into. I realize it. But, honestly, when you start throwing this medical jargon BS at me, it tells me obviously you know more than me, right?
You said hermaphrodite first.
I said no. I said hermaphrodite. I didn't say that. I couldn't even say the word right. That's what I said, right? And then you said dip the fan or whatever it was. And I'm like, what the hell's that? Yeah. You're like, person with two penises. I said nothing about that, but I said crossing the streams, like, like shooting down the.
Dig it deeper, Ron. Just put your hole, but just get in the hole. Just get in the hole.
Just get in the hole. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave
Now,
it.
see, now take note here.
Definitely.
Now, Tromondae, the Swan, the Ronz, you guys have not been podcasting as long as the Beaveman.
That is true.
So, did you see how I took that one question and I let Ronz run with it?
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? Every time I try and let you run with a question, you throw it back at me. You really do. I'm like, I'm just going to be silent for a couple minutes. And you're like, so Ronz, how do you feel? And you throw it right back at me. So I have to fill in those blanks. But yeah, you're right.
Well, see, you have to understand that the Ronz is a natural podcaster, but not because he's trying to be funny. When he tries to be funny, he's not funny.
No,
you got to
It
give him
comes out.
Right.
You got to give him some ammo. You got to give him some material to work with.
You're right. You're right.
All I did was ask about frothy pee. Ron talks about crossing the stream, which makes us wonder how he's doing that, because there should only be one stream. I'm not sure how he's crossing it unless he's peeing on his finger or he's got two penises.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's an alien. He's an alien and he pees out of one of his fingers.
Oh, okay, there we go. You're right.
Or he's out of two of them and he cross them that way. Well, they can have three of them go.
Yeah. You know what, B-Man, you're right. I tend to ramble on a lot, and
That's
you're
okay.
absolutely. And I think that's what makes this podcast so fun for me, is because you allow me to ramble on and paint myself into a corner, especially when you put me into a corner too.
This is a teaching moment, Ronz.
A teaching moment, my ass.
I'm
No one
trying to
puts
teach
baby
the
in the
Swan.
corner,
No one puts baby in the corner. That's right.
but we like Ron's in the corner.
This is what you do, see. Now I'm going to do this, all right? Now, Ron's tried this earlier. I'm going to try it with the Swan. Ready, Swan?
Yes.
Think of a ridiculous question to ask all of us. Go.
Oh, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it.
Okay.
If you could be a
I
card.
didn't. All I said that was you, and a question popped into my head immediately.
See, apparently your brain thinks of it better. What is your question? And go.
Okay. If you ate a bunch of non-soluble foods and they came out in your shit, would you, if you were hungry enough, eat any of it?
Sure. I might if I was hungry enough. Yes. Like corn. You could eat that again for days.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
I'm setting with
What if you were
Tremondae on
dying,
this.
Tremondae?
You could rinse it off.
Dying, Tremondae.
Absolutely not. Who wants some soggy chicken?
Well, chicken's
No.
probably not going to come out that, really
No,
well.
no, you know what? No, just no. No.
What if it was
But
peanuts? You could pretend it was a
stick.
Snickers bar.
Oh, Jesus, no. No. I don't know where you came up with that question, but no. And I understand the medical implications of it.
Well, what medical implications of it?
Well, I would never know that it would be good to eat again, right? So,
it
there's
looks
some.
like the
You're like,
undigested
If it didn't
food
work
that-
the first time, it's probably not going to work the second time.
Yeah, right. And there's someone in the medical field that actually did a research paper on this and said this is why it won't work.
I don't know that somebody did that, but I'll take your word for it. I would like to point out, though, that no one asked me what my response to that would be.
Okay, what
All
was
right.
your response?
Yeah.
No! So it goes to show that Swan is the only one who would eat stuff out of her own shit.
Why not? I like food.
Yeah, we know. I think that probably wouldn't happen anyway. I think Swan would be personally offended, and that's the only reason why she would eat the corn again. She'd be like, God damn it, I ate this. I will digest this.
You're
Try it
gross.
again. Off the top of your head, Swan, ask a ridiculous question. Go.
I can. I'm not good at it. I don't have a ridiculous question. I mean, no, I can't do it. Me and Tremondae are not good at this.
All right,
I'm not, because I'm even here now trying to think of something and it's not working.
Yeah,
my
it
brain is
makes
shutting
if you
down.
put my brain on like alert like that, it doesn't work. Off
Tremondae,
the
have
cuff.
you ever had a hangnail?
Have I ever had what?
Have you ever had a hangnail?
Yes.
Okay. Did you pull it out yourself?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
You didn't enjoy it. Why not?
Because it hurt.
You had no personal sense of satisfaction or joy in the pain that you were experiencing.
No.
I find that sad.
Why?
I just personally I do.
You get
What?
joy out of pain? Like, you find
Yes, he
pleasure in it
does. He's a
sometimes?
little bit disturbed like that.
Oh, so he's a masochist.
So, Ronz, same question for you. Have you ever had a hangnail?
Yeah.
And did you pull it out yourself?
Yes, I did.
And did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did.
You got some sense of satisfaction of relieving yourself of the hangnail and some grim pleasure from the pain that you experienced.
In a sick, twisted way, you are correct, sir.
I feel like that's a completely normal response. How about you, Swan?
Yes, I have. And I have pulled it out myself. And yes, it is a relief to have it not there anymore. However, afterwards it hurts still, so that's a different kind of pain. Like raw open skin.
Oh, but then you poke it. Make it hurt. more.
No, don't do that.
Ronz, back me up on that.
Why would you
Sure, why
poke
not?
it?
Why not?
Tremondae is vomiting on his side.
Probably.
I can't
Yeah.
see him, but right now he's throwing up. He's gagging.
Tremondae,
Yeah.
can you talk about poop or bodily functions at the dinner table?
It kind of depends on like how deep you're getting into it and how much you're describing
So, could we make you vomit just by talking about something? That's my random question.
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't believe so. No.
No, not with a description.
Vomit.
Okay, here's or get feeling nauseous.
Okay. I've got
Ron,
one for you.
Could we do
Maybe
that?
that.
For you? No,
Oh.
maybe not.
No. I've seen way too much disgust in my lifetime to be vomiting anymore. So no.
I feel like Beaveman, we can't do it to him either. But the challenge is, Beaveman, make Tromondae nauseous. Go.
No.
Right now?
No.
Yeah. Describe something.
Okay, there was this patient that had what's called an ileostomy bag.
Okay.
And an ileostomy bag is basically there's a hole in your side that goes through to your small intestine. So the food doesn't ever really get digested. It's just a frothy, greenish, nasty color that smells really putrefied. And this guy's green stuff, his bag would leak all the time. And the nursing home that he was in was like a really shitty nursing home. I was an agency provider then. And so that green shit would get all over everything, all
And
over
it's very
him,
acidic.
all over his bed. And then you would like help clean him up because, obviously you felt bad for him. But then you would come out of the room and it would be like on your elbows and shit.
That's so gross. That's disgusting.
Are you
And then
getting
all night
nauseous,
long,
Monday?
you could like smell it in your nose, like all night long. And then you kept checking
Okay,
yourself
okay.
For sure.
Okay.
convinced that you had green shit all over you.
Maybe a spare carrot or two.
And then I just like pictured it being like in my fingernails. That was disgusting.
Seriously, you smell it all night because it's like stuck in the hairs of your nose. But so you're like searching yourself all night long, convinced that there's shit on your arms.
It's kind of like a smell between across from vomit because it's kind of acidic smelling, like when you puke and you have that acidy smell that goes along with it, and poop. Just in case you wanted to know, Tremonde.
Liquefied, like
Yeah.
a blender.
With chunks, with a spare chunk here and there of undigested
Shaken.
food.
Shaken.
Don't do that when we're at the dinner table.
No. Ronz, you got a random question?
Yeah, if you could see any comedian, who would you go see?
Lame question. No.
Oh.
All right, Beef Man, go.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
I'll
Swan
go see.
and Tromondae? Oh, go ahead.
I'll go see Mike Epps.
I don't really think most comedians are funny.
Because you're not funny.
I'm not funny.
I would probably.
I think Adam Sandler is pretty funny, but I don't know if he'd be funny, like stand-up funny. He probably would be.
I'd probably go see Michael Che. I think he's really good.
That was a great question, Ronz.
Oh, thank you.
No, I was kidding.
Okay, no. Okay, so what is the worst movie you ever saw then, and why do you think it was the worst movie?
I think Fright Night was the worst movie I've ever seen. As a child, it gave me nightmares, and it wasn't even scary now that I look back on it, but it scared the shit out of me, and it was terrible.
Oh.
I was scared of vampires forever.
Okay. Interesting. I never known you to be scared of vampires.
And aliens, too.
Okay. Beatman?
Clearly, you don't think of aliens the way I do. That you wouldn't be scared.
No, I don't
Same
want
thing
aliens
with vampires
to
also.
rape me. Nope.
Not enough good vampire porn out there either. It's always they want to be the guy. Who cares if a guy's a vampire? That's stupid. Let's get the women.
Where do you want that bite mark at?
See, nobody else was laughing, Ronz.
Yeah, but that was a
No
question
one.
directed at you.
No one laughed, Ronz. It wasn't.
It doesn't matter if they laughed or not. I laughed, and that's all that counts.
Oh, it's all about you.
It's all about me. So anyway, what would be the worst movie that you've ever seen, and why?
I think that somewhere around here in our house we have a video of you in it doing some of your forms.
Hey-oh.
Probably whatever
That's one of the
Swan
worst
picks on
things.
Netflix to watch, because clearly I'm not a good movie picker.
Oh. Tremondae, what do you got?
I would say some of Tyler Perry movies.
Are they that bad?
Like I think he's much better as a playwright, as opposed to movies. And then I think he was just like running out of material at times, and so just wanting to come up with something. And for me, at times it just didn't work at all.
Well, I think Tyler Perry realizes that he's got a niche that he can fill and is all about making money and is pretty open and honest about it.
And people are still going to watch him anyway.
And some of them people are going to like it and some of them aren't. And he could give a damn about what kind of ratings he gets. I think he's going to make what he wants to make.
True.
TV shows, whatever. I mean, he makes lots of TV shows that never get released or never get picked up. He maximizes his money and his workforce. So clearly the guy's a genius.
For sure.
So doing his own thing. Making money.
Just like the Ronz, doing his own thing.
Doing my own thing. So what would be...
I feel like we're done now.
Okay. I'll save it for another time.
Oh, and that's write that down for well, we can't use that because it's from Ghostbusters, but it has a special kind of meaning when Ron says it. From now on, Ron's thing is crossing the streams.
No. It
is.
So here's a tidbit. What's the one thing that if you had a chance to study outside your normal realm of what you already know and knowledge, what would you study?
Is he asking another question?
Yes, I am.
This is what Ronz does. He drags it out.
Yeah, I kind of slid that in there, Tromondae, but you know what?
To wrap it up. We just keep trying to wrap it up.
Yeah. You know, Tromondae, I had him, but no, you caught me at it. You're right. Oh, you know what? We'll save that for another point then.
And you won't remember next time, but it's okay.
It'll
so
be
you
on the
better write that down.
podcast.
You better write that down for your next one.
Sounds good. You know,
That's my bedtime.
I really did enjoy these questions, so thank you.
You did? Did you learn a lot about yourself?
Not that I already didn't know anything, so.
Well, did you learn that you can answer honestly and openly? Good job. So we did accomplish our goal.
What is this, therapy?
It is. You didn't know it, but you're being analyzed right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you're being analyzed.
Send you the bill later.
Analyzed. Hey-oh. No one's going to get that.
And we'll send the Beaveman over to watch you pee. So.
No, please, no. I don't need him to be envious of my penis. I appreciate it, though.
He's not. I guess that's it. Nice job, everyone. This was an attempt by the Swan and Tromondae to run with the ball on a podcast. We would like them to do more because clearly they need to work on it.
Shut up.
That's all right. That's what podcasting is about. It's about enjoying yourself and having fun. And of course, it's all about me because it's my podcast. And I obviously don't expect everyone to be perfect at it. I expect everyone to keep doing it to obtain.
Nobody's going to want to do it with you anymore if you're so mean.
I will. I'd rather enjoy it.
I have Ronz no matter what.
The puppy that likes to be abused comes back.
I don't like the abuse, but the thing is, this is a lot of fun. This really is. I mean, how many, out of our entire group, though, everybody that we know, and I know I'm drawing this out, but this really needs to be answered. How many people do you know that podcast in our group? That all the people that we know right now, not any of the podcasters out there, but how many?
Us four.
Yeah, out of our four, we'll include a few other people that we know that involved in the podcast. But how many people do we know personally that podcast?
I don't know because I don't know that many people and they don't tell me anything.
I mean, I know maybe one or two, but that's.
I know some people have asked me about podcasting because people know that I do podcast, but I don't know if any of them have ever podcasted.
Exactly. So, with that point said, this is fantastic. I'm happy to do this. Right. I always
good because that's why I have you do it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Now,
thank you. And I enjoy Tromondae's insight too. Right. And the Swan. Oh, Tromondae.
Poor Tromondae. I don't think he even can see us today.
Thank you.
He's missing out on all sorts of fun.
Oh, no. I've been watching you guys.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I wish we can upload this as well.
Someday
'Cause
we might be
sometimes
able
the
to.
Beaveman's face is just hilarious.
That's just my face.
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna run
All
around.
right. Well, let's
All right.
wrap it up then.
Beaveman, close us
Tromondae.
out.
Tromondae, you got the first word.
Oh, the first word.
Wow,
First
apparently
word.
Swan is Ronz now.
I am.
Well, that gender switch there. So there you go.
I don't want to be the Rons. No.
Ooh, you know what that means? That means I'm sleeping with the Beaveman.
Move on.
No, yeah, that's funny because I remember once
let's switch the subject.
you know what? Before we close out, Ronz, how you always get shit at your dojo. You know how you've been fucked with for years by your own style. God bless him. We went to start and we started doing tongue sudo, and the Swan didn't pick it up so well, and she kind of sucks at different things. And I told her she was the Ronz of our tongue sudo.
Oh, that's just
She
so
did.
wrong.
It was pretty funny though. But I was like, I am the Rons, dude. I get yelled at. I mix up my left and my right foot. I'm so uncoordinated, but I love it, and I try really hard.
That's all you can
Classic.
do.
Classic beef, man.
The thing is, you just keep trying. You just keep trying, right? And no matter what excuse you use, those excuses will melt away, and they won't ever matter. They really
He's like
won't.
a puppy. He's giving you unconditional love. Oh,
No. For every excuse out there that someone's thrown at you, you've like, okay, whatever.
All right, well, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and say adios, bush fuckos.
Bye.
Deuces.
Hey.